tier ranking every Five Nights at Freddy's game. This is a very popular trend that's been going around recently, especially on Twitter. I think we're gonna have some fun ranking these games. We're gonna rank every game in order. This game also has the troll games as well. So we can rank the troll games. Okay, first Five Nights at Freddy's game. I feel like I'm not gonna get a lot of hate for putting this in S tier. Yeah, I'm putting the first game in S tier. I think it's like the best. It is like it is like peak, especially for like at the time, peak horror for like YouTube and everything. It was great. It was a great little game, great little indie game. It's my personal favorite FNAF game still. Yeah, it's an S tier. I don't see usually when I go for like the first of things, like if you're a zombies fan like I am, like a COD Zombies fan, I would usually put like the first thing because of how like usually bare bones and stuff it is, and C tier because it is the baseline for the rest of the games after it. But I think the first game is just so good. It's just so good. Same with FNAF 2. That's an instant S for me as well. I feel like people are going to be a bit more confused about why I'm putting FNAF 2 in S tier. But I love the stressfulness of it. I love the busy work. I don't like the music box, but that is like a very small thing. I think FNAF 2 is just another great game. And like once again, the hype for this game was amazing. It was such a good time to be in the community when FNAF 2 came out. And the trailers. I just love FNAF 2. It's so good. FNAF 1 I really like the ambience, the atmosphere is very good, it's very spooky, very horror-y. And for 2, it's definitely very, I guess you could say, well I said stressful. I love the wither designs. They're so good. I like the fact that you don't have a door. Doors were like a big thing. I mean, when the trailer was first released, people were like, wait, how are we supposed to do this without doors? And yeah, it was just genuinely a very good experience. It's also got that very good replayability with the custom nights and the blushes. So yeah, another easy S tier, I think. Now we get there is no pause button FNAF 3 troll game that came out before FNAF 3. I like there is no pause button. It's one of like very few other games made by Scott that I think is genuinely a very good game. But it's a troll game. I like it, but it is just there is no pause button with Freddy's head. Let's see. Now FNAF 3, oh boy, this game. This game was very hyped, and it disappointed a lot of people as well. I don't think as much as other games actually we might be talking about on this list. But FNAF 3, well, it introduced a lot to the series. We got FNAF 2, for the lore, we got like the purple gun and stuff. 3 very much solidified a lot of that. You got the Ninja Night minigames, you got the good ending, you got the bad ending. You got Springtrap, which is like one of the coolest FNAF like character designs ever. The thing is that the gameplay sucks. It's just bad to play. To quote, oh yeah, it's that bad. It is that bad. I hate playing FNAF 3. It's really good. It's really good for story. It's really good for design. I love the horror attraction. It just sucks to play, and the phantoms are this horrible mechanic. I would say it's still just for the lore. I'm gonna put it just above the troll game because it is still a good game. FNAF 4, I'm putting it in F tier. I hate this game with a passion. I really do. I really thought this game would be a spooky horror fun time. It was not. It was bad. It just okay. So it emulates the first game without cameras. That's all it really does. It's just the first game without cameras. Foxy still got his pirate cove thing, but you check the closet instead of a camera. Bonnie and Chica still come to like either side of the door, but you just have to listen out or use your flashlight. For Freddy, you just check behind the bed, and then Fredbear is just like a monster mash of everyone. It's just not a fun time. It's very boring. I feel like it gets a bit grating, and yeah. Also, people were roasting PewDiePie when he called this game not scary. It's not scary. I thought the designs look brilliant, right? It's just not scary though. It really just isn't scary. It fails at the one thing it wanted to be, which was scary. Okay, what's next? Halloween edition? Yeah, it also goes in F tier because it's just FNAF 4. You want more FNAF 4? We'll put more FNAF 4 with your FNAF 4, and it's not as good. You know, I think these two are just the same. They're not good. They're not good games. Alright, what we got next? Oh, we got FNAF World. Okay, I'm instantly putting the Steam version down in F tier, but I'm putting the other version in E tier. FNAF World had... I don't think it's as bad as FNAF 4. I would play FNAF World over FNAF 4 again. But that's because I kind of like RPGs. Scott's chance at a FNAF RPG, it wasn't good. It wasn't great. It wasn't brilliant. It was very disappointing. It was like the first FNAF game that was hyped and then genuinely hated by everyone, including Scott. I think Update 2 is very good, and that's why it's on E tier. Because Update 2 just sort of carries it, but it's so buggy and bad. I just can't take playing FNAF World very, very much. It is the game. It's like the game in the whole series I think I've played the least. I just don't like FNAF World a lot. All right, the Sister Location Troll game. This is just Sit and Survive. So it's a C tier. I don't really see the... Actually, I don't really like Sit and Survive as much as There Is No Pause button, so D tier. And D tier is also where Sister Location goes, because I think it's better than FNAF World. I'm putting it above the troll game. I love the voice acting introduced. I love the animatronic designs. They're very good, except for the fact that they're so very futuristic. I think they could have been better without the, faceplate thing. But the thing with Freddy was good. The game genuinely got a few people. I love the jump scares for Sister Location. I realized that Sister Location Custom Night isn't here, but I think I'd put it in D as well. It's not very memorable. Yeah, there really isn't much to say other than, oh yeah, it introduced Michael Afton, I guess. But Michael Afton has existed since the first game. He was just going by an alias, so yeah, that's where I'd put Sister Location. I don't think it's very good, but I don't think it's as bad as FNAF World or FNAF 4. What have we got next? Should be FNAF 6. FNAF 6. Oh boy, I feel like I'm going to make some people very angry with this. Yeah, I'm putting it in an A tier. Now, before everyone gets their pitchforks because I put FNAF 6 above 3, I like playing 6 more than I do 3. I would play 6 any day over 3. And that's because it's just the Tycoon section. The Tycoon section is just so great. I love games like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Roller Coaster Tycoon is such a fun game. And FNAF 6 replicates that quite a bit. You got all the fun little mini games you can do. You can get a new band every time. It is very replayable. It is probably the most replayable game in the series, solely because of the Tycoon section and all the different endings you can get. It also has the best ending in the FNAF series. It's a very solid game. Yeah, that's all I can really say about 6. I love the salvage sections. They're really cool. The night sections are bad. That's why it's not an S. I don't think the night sections are as good as 2 and 1. It feels very cheesy. You really have to cheese it, and it feels unfair at times. That's really the only bad things I could say about 6's night segments, and just the fact that I don't really enjoy them. I think they could be better. But if FNAF 6 was solely just the Pizzeria Tycoon with some spooky stuff mixed in without really much of a night segment, I would put it in S tier, because the Tycoon section is just the best part of this game. The UCN Troll game. I have actually never played... This is the one troll game from Scott I've never played. And for that, it's going in F tier. I know people might be like, oh, but it's actually good. I don't care. I've not played it, so I'm putting it in F tier. Actually, you know what? I'd probably play it over FNAF 4. It goes in E. UCN itself is probably the most... probably more replayable than FNAF 6. I would just rather play FNAF 6 more than UCN, so it goes in B tier. It's not a horrible game. No, I would play UCN over 3. Just. My one complaint with UCN is that it's not scary. I love the cutscene stuff. The cutscenes are very good. I think what am I trying to get at? I think the jump scares aren't scary. I think a lot of them are very bland. They're half of them are just PNGs. It's just a PNG with a face for Golden Freddy. That's so lazy. I get he had to do 50 characters, but like half of the Roblox, like half of the animatronics mechanics are reused. Like the whole mediocre melodies are just the vent. Like it's just not so. It's not very creative, but also it's very replayable, and is it's good. It's good. It's a good cap off as well for the. It's a good epilogue. A good epilogue. Yes. AR is another game I haven't played. But putting in E tier, I think it's just sort of like a mid-ish game, sort of below mid. This sort of area here, just actually B. I'd say B to like D is like ultimate mid tier, and then you really start getting to the bad games in E. Okay, Help Wanted. I'm putting Help Wanted in S tier as well. I know people might be like, "Oh, but it does these things bad," and yeah, while it does do some things bad, actually, I'll put it in A tier because I don't like how it does Fnaf 2. I think Fnaf 2 was very badly done, but 1 and 3 are pretty well done. I mean, you can't really make 3 play good, but Fnaf 1 redone was such a good experience, and all the extra stuff like the repair sections and the vent stuff, it's just some of the creative areas were very well done in this game. And Curse of Dreadbear 2 is also good. Alright, I'm not really big on these security breach tweezers, so they go into C. Yeah, I think they're cool, but I don't think they're anything to wow at. And security breach itself is bottom F. It is just hot garbage. It is. I could probably make a whole video ranting on security breach, but to sum it up, it's bad. I think it needed more time in the oven. I know a lot of people say that. I know that's it's something a lot of people said when it came to the GTA trilogy remasters, and it sort of had that same issue where the game is very buggy. I mean, if you watch Markiplier play through it, the amount of bugs he encountered was insane. Hell, watch Fiznom play through the game, which is an absolute treat. It's awful. It's suffering. It's bad. I mean, even the writing isn't great, but it's a FNAF game. It's just not scary. I mean, when all of the robots are hot, it kind of doesn't. It kind of doesn't make it scary, and also Vanessa has the dumbest jump scare in any FNAF game. It's just not very good. Not very good. It's garbage. Like pretty much all of the ending cutscenes minus 2 aren't animated. It's very clear that budget ran out or it was time constraints. What I'm trying to say is that Steel Wool shot for the moon. They tried to grasp onto a star but then fell off and cratered back into the earth in a smoldering heap of ash. That's security breach. Maybe the DLC will change it, but I don't think I'll ever enjoy base security breach. It's just not a good game. So yeah, that's the tier list. I think you can kind of see where my nostalgia goggles are on for 1 and 2, but I have that video in the works. I'll explain why I like and hate these games all more in detail. But I feel like for some of these are very agreeable. I think everyone can agree that Security Breach sucks. FNAF World's bad. 3, I mean, a lot of people like 3. I think a lot of people will agree with Sister Location in D. It's just a very meh mid game, not very good. I know some people will either agree or disagree with where I place 2 and Pizzeria Sim. I think a lot of people agree with 1 being an S, though. It is definitely the best game in the whole series, by far. It's kind of weird that FNAF sort of dropped off more as it went in. That's kind of something to think about, I guess. But yeah, that's how I'd rank these games. Be mad or be salty, I don't really care. But yes, I'll see you next time. Woo. Oh yeah, something else I realized is that I used a different tier list maker than everyone else. So Popco's Arcade didn't appear on my thing. So just to quickly rank Arcade, here's where I'd put it.
Yeah, he had good cane.